Yo guys, what's going on? It's Random Vlogs and Gaming here, and today we are playing Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. It's fine. Let's go. Oh, I'm joined by Just Not Gaming. Say hi.
Hello.
I think I'm streaming. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm live. Dun, 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 dun. There's music in this. I'm not sure if it's copyright. Dun, dun. Shouldn't be copyright. We should be alright. It's game music. But I'm not sure. I don't want to get another copyright strike. If you guys didn't know, I got copyrighted on my Advanced Warfare campaign video, if you saw that earlier today. And I'm pretty annoyed, but oh well, there's nothing we can do about it now, just take it down. Actually, I've got in contact with Activision, but I'm not sure, probably not going to reply. Anyway, I'll shut up, because cutscene. Holmes, you crazy bastard. Stop that.
Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes.
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost
Are you
killed
there?
me.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
I was aiming for the
Okay,
vases.
cool.
Blindfolded.
Sorry guys.
Watson, quiet please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade.
Could you
What
mute
is
your
it
mic?
this time?
He can
Yep.
see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Excuse me guys. Alright. What are we doing? Okay. Barry. Barry, you can unmute yourself now. Barry? Hello? There? Move out of my way. Cool.
Yep.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
I cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Hang on, what?
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Oh yeah, we need to go and get changed out of our dressing gown, I suppose. It's not the right room. Be a good move, couldn't show up to a crime scene in your dressing gown. Right, yeah, okay, now can I go? Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna try and do a case per video, so these videos will be a little bit longer than usual. But this should also be a short series, because there's only 6 cases.
Yeah, I got play the game. What Reaper?
Yeah, guys, so this should be a short let's play, but the video should be longer. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Okay, hit the wrong. Yeah, but if you're excited for this series, thumbs up, whatever, you know what to do, guys. Go do that, and we'll be good. And hopefully I can get my campaign video on copyrighted, and we can continue on with that series as well, because I'm actually quite enjoying doing both the Sherlock Holmes and the Call of Duty campaign, even though
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
okay. Even though I only started the Call of Duty campaign, or not the Call of Duty campaign, the Sherlock Holmes campaign today, and the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare campaign today, I'm really enjoying both of them. So hopefully, I can get one video uncopyrighted and continue on with that series, and then just continue on with this series normally. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Okay.
I'm back.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
Am I meant to, like, do something? I can't remember it. I'm supposed to do something. Maybe interview someone or something. What's this way? Alright, okay.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Barry,
Yeah.
can you just check my stream to make sure that I can still be heard, because I've moved my mic.
Well, I can hear you.
Yeah, but sometimes videos are a bit weird. Look for clues. What else could it be? Something around your face that I'm meant to be looking for. What else am I meant to be looking for? These messages. Fuck off. Barry, you there?
Hello. Hello. Yo, can you, Connor?
Yeah?
Hello, can you mute that a randomer? Yeah. Yeah, move him. You can. Let me mute myself.
Okay. That's what I missed. I knew it was something on the face. Wrong one.
Thank you, madam.
Right, where's this cabin?
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, he
Let
left.
me see.
Barry,
Yeah.
is my audio for my stream like the game okay? Can you just check that as well for me?
Yeah. Checking. Yeah, it says you're live.
Yeah, but is the audio okay?
These scratches are fresh.
Okay, so the scratch
You're
refresh
right.
if you didn't hear
Someone tried to force open the door.
that. Yeah, but is the
I
audio
swear
okay?
these scratches were not
Oh,
here
yeah.
yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
So someone tried to break in here last night. Mysterious. Ooh.
What a terrible way to die.
That's a graphic image of blood on the wall.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Oh, there we go.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. Hammerfest. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Harpoons for hunting whales.
Over here.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Shit. There we go.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. These abbreviations mean something, but what? Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Yes, there's this. What's this?
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Oh, I can never do these, ever. I can never do
What?
these types of puzzles.
Missions?
Puzzles and games.
Oh.
Never do them all. Just let me skip. Can I skip? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there we go. I can skip. Okay.
Yes. This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors. Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Alright, is there anything else? I missed something on here.
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else?
Peter Carey was fully...
Yeah. There. Got that there, Sherlock. Yeah. I don't see anything else. Maybe I'm blind, but... Hup! I don't know.
The ship's...
Oh, the ship's logged than that. We got... Oh, what's this? It's just a shelf. Okay. I may miss some stuff, by the way, guys. I'm not gonna get everything. I'm gonna miss some stuff. I tend not to pay like extreme attention. I just sort of brush over and see what I can find.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Anything along here? Oh, what are these? Oh, there's one. Oh, no, wrong one. There we go. What have we got? 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 I swore I saw something on here. Unless I'm going blind. No, okay. Where am I going? I'm going back over here. Talk to the sergeant. I think he's sergeant anyway.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Obviously there's something I missed. I am going to go back in here now. Got you. Oh good, I have missed. I forgot this game makes you get everything anyway, so I probably won't miss anything now. I forgot that this was one of the games that you have to get all the clues that you could miss out on any of them.
Is that getting good?
The ship's logs of the
Watch the
sea
live stream.
for the years 1878
You'll
to
see.
1884. Peter Carey was her
How long have
captain.
we been streaming?
I don't know, I haven't checked.
I'd say
Got me,
about
sure.
at least. That's at least like 15 minutes.
Well, I had started stream like 30 seconds before you created this party. Because I had done my 1, 2, 3, yo guys, let's... That, like my intro, that's all I've done. Like, what I'd done was wait the couple of seconds that you told me to wait before saying my intro, and then set my intro, and then your party popped up. That's all. Okay? So, however long this party's been going on for is how long I've streamed. Pretty much. Oh, what was that?
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Okay. Oh, that's what I missed. How the fuck did I meant to know? Well, oh well. Got it now.
Hammerfest.
Yeah, I've done that. Why is the map still got a white dot over it if I've done it then? Don't know, I'll go back and inspect the map just to make sure. Make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh. Swore I saw something, swore I saw something. Belong here. Is that Alex guy still in the party? What? Is that Alex guy still in the party?
No.
No, he's left. Okay.
Dundee. It's a whaling map.
Yeah, the whaling map. I missed that as well, it turns out.
Mr. Holmes?
No, not yet.
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
Can I put you with... No. Can I put you with you? No. You. Oh, we can.
Ha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof. You've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Am I supposed to do something? Oh,
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
okay, we're looking for a hiding place, alright. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. I can't speak English for some reason. Barry, this is a very good game. You should watch the stream. Well, I'm saying it's a good game, but if you want to see, watch the stream.
Shh. Did you hear that? There's someone there.
Connor,
Yeah,
I'm gonna collar him.
I
I'll
may
be
go.
right behind you.
I'll talk to you later.
okay,
Police! Hold it
Bye.
right there.
but... Shit. Just paying attention.
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net. Mr. Holmes?
It's you again, okay.
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I was trying to hold that in, that sneeze in during the cutscene so I didn't interrupt it. I managed to do it.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
I'm assuming I'm still alive. I'll go check. Something weird just happened, so I'm not sure if I am or not. Yes, I am. Oh god, static. Okay, so his belongings are in the evidence room. Heard or not? Wait. Can I still be heard? Am I still alive? My mic's acting weird, so I can't tell. Yep. Right. Okay, let's continue.
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Got that. Anything else? Nope.
A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials JHN.
Can we interrogate people? Can we interrogate the suspect again? I'll go check. Oh.
Locked.
Okay. That's all that's in.
Mr. Holmes?
Just like you're gonna say it's Mr. Holmes. Right. Something. Nope. Have I missed something? I'll go back and have a look.
These are the suspects.
Yeah, we don't.
These abbreviations mean something.
Oh, there.
But what?
Can't believe I missed that. It's so obvious as well.
To my friend?
I don't know, to my friend.
These are the suspects.
Yeah, I miss them. Oh, the ring.
from R. Dawson.
Nguyen.
And partner, 1883. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
Oh, jeez, do we have to go? Do you have to go back to the archive? Back to Baker Street. I think that's where it is anyway. It's it's flat. It's Baker Street, isn't it? Sorry. Going the wrong way. Baker Street. That's not Baker Street. I'm good. I think I picked the wrong location. I'm good. Okay.
This is where I keep my post.
Ah. Okay. Good to know.
That is not the one I need.
Alright, standard. Yeah.
That is... Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Now we're going to go and interrogate a suspect. And we are...
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me. I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Off it. This kind of. No. Choose the correct answer. I know.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
That's not the one I meant to click.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
This is going to be a long day if this controller doesn't cooperate with me. Oh, no, it's not it either. Which one could it be then? I don't know.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Alright guys, I'm just gonna click through them all. See what.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
So there's only the second one left then. Alright.
The
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Third one. I'm gonna go from the top then, so it's not the first one.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Third one. That one. Oh my god. Which one?
I didn't steal it from anyone.
No,
It
you
has
didn't
always
steal it.
belonged to
Come on,
me.
come on. No, you're just gonna go from the top down.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Nope. I'm
The
just gonna go
police
from
seized this valuable ring.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Sorry guys, that took ages. I was just being an idiot. I couldn't figure it out.
Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance. I need to stage a reconstruction. I am sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Alright, we're going back to Baker Street.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
He's still alive. It should be. Right, yeah. I think my thing good. Right. down this way.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test. The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
Oh,
Holmes, I can't believe it.
I
Did you
mistimed
just...
that so badly.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
Oh, why don't you throw it then? I'm not spending all...
This is the
Stream on
best
this.
possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
So he wouldn't have had the strength to do that then. Unhappily. So, can I... There we go. Any more? Can't. Right.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent. What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
What are we to do now? I will go. I think I've gone too far. No, I haven't. I thought I've gone to the wrong place, but I haven't. I don't think.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now...
Go here for a second.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
There we go.
I'm not
That's
sure.
decent.
It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Go look for the papers, then I would assume in his cabin, which is down here.
It seems...
Oh yeah, let me get that. Bag and papers.
This place is not covered with dust. An object was taken.
Yeah, we know. Something in here. Oh wait, go back to Scotland Yard and ask him about the box. Well, I hope you can ask him about the box anyway. Not that I hope, but you should be able to ask him about the box because that's gone. And if he was there the night of the murder, he'd know whether the box is there or not. So, go ask him about the box now.
Locked.
What am I doing?
Can't enter anymore. Oh, I'm stuck. What are we meant to do? No, can I talk to him? That's not what I'm meant to do. Can I talk to any man? Oh, wait. There we go. Got to link up to something. You don't link with any of this. What do I do? 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 Oh, wait. Any more evidence? No, wrong button.
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations mean something.
Ask him about the abbreviations. We do that. Ask him about the abbreviations. Where's the door? Door is over here. Oh, you can go in first person. It's very confusing.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong. What am I doing?
We can't talk to you anymore. Okay, where am I going now? Let's try. It's not the button I meant to hit. Let's try. Come on, let me get some map. Let's try. Damn it. Let's try. Here. Okay. Get the two. Yeah, I think that. Go back here. To ask about debriefing, maybe. His wife knows something I don't know. I bet the abbreviations I'm talking about.
Who could do such a thing?
Oh, wait. So we can't talk to you. We can't talk to Dr. Watson. I'm seriously stuck. But Yeah. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh,
These boots don't match the footprints. These footprints appear to be quite large.
let's ask his wife about that. Then let's see if she knows if there's anyone in or out of the house. That might,
Who could do such a thing? Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
no. And Doctor, yeah, oh wait. Okay. Let's see if anything else links together as well. Here we go. And let's go with that for now. Can I go down here and ask him any more questions? Oh, no, I'm good.
What am I doing?
Wait, I'm good. Well, can I ask him any questions if I flip this round? Damn it.
What am I doing?
No, maybe I can talk to the wife though now. I'm so confused. Didn't mean to go here. Oh no, we've already shot. Have we? Yeah, that's good. The conclusion we've just come to, well not conclusion. But the thing we've just figured out, you know what I'm on about. Let me hit. Anyway, resolution on that one.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Let's go back to... No, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Let's go up here.
Good gracious.
Archives, maybe, I don't know.
My archive. I can always... A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Could be indeed.
A map...
I don't know.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. At your service.
No, you're not right.
Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, none of you actually helped. Uh-oh.
These are the suspect's belongings. A handkerchief. A handkerchief.
Mr. Holmes.
What am I doing?
Obviously we're meant to do something. Obviously we're meant to do something. Wait. I suspect here, but I'm not sure why, and I'll go back into this. No, I'm good. Triangle. What am I meant to do? I do it now. I do not know is the question. I do not know, I do not know, I do not know. Go back to Baker Street. There. crime scene. See if I can find it. Going to go back here and can we investigate anything? What about don't get what I meant to do. Help. Dr. Watson's room.
My archive.
You can change what he looks like. What the hell am I supposed to do? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I can't get dressed up like that yet. What am I supposed to do? Do you know what, guys? I said I could do what you call it? A mission, well, a case per stream, but I'm just stuck. I'll come back tomorrow probably, and then we shall continue on with this case. Anyway, peace out, guys. I'll see you later. Bye bye.